Today on Ask the First Selectman, we're joined obviously by John Zagrodzky, our first selectman, and we're going to talk about Great Island. And John, the first question we have is, what is the status of the on again, off again road work on the road that leads to Great Island? If we call it 23A.
23A, we should rename that Jim Cameron Way or some kind of catchy thing like that. So
I like that. That's good. We'll go for that.
we will get that in motion right away. So that work is ready to go. Just by way of quick review, you'll recall that the reason we're having to widen that road is that the Great Island property switched from residential to municipal in terms of its use. And we require that two-lane road in order for us to ultimately provide some vehicular access, some parking, adequate emergency access, all of those things, in addition to having a sidewalk that people can use to walk up to the island when there is vehicular traffic. So that's the reason we've had to do this. You will further recall that there were disputes over taking down some of the trees that were required. We got through those disputes through Superior Court in Stamford, and the first phase of the 23A work has started. So the first part was to actually take down those trees, and if you've been up there, that work has been done. And while that was going on, we actually restricted Great Island access in terms of only opening at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Obviously, those trees are dangerous, and we had to restrict pedestrian access during that time. So now that that work has been done, there's some additional design work, some soil erosion control, and some mapping out of drainage that they're going to do right now. That's not particularly intrusive work. And so what the Great Island Committee decided to do was to open access back up, which is why you saw the notes coming out that said, oh, look, now you can walk on Great Island at the sunrise to sunset times that we had before. That's okay. And that's going to go on until either week of July 21st or July 28th, one of those weeks. They're going to finish this design work, and then the demolition is going to start. And so that's why we will re-restrict access on Great Island, just because it's a safety issue. During the after 4 o'clock, and then on weekends, of course, there's still enough of a pathway to get up and enjoy Great Island. We just don't want people on the 23A while some of that dangerous construction work is going on. So it all still remains on schedule. We just had to get through the tree appeals that were in court. Now that that's done, we did tree removal. We're doing some design and just confirmation work as well as soil erosion protection. Once that's finished, then the actual construction will be starting. Expect the full work to be done. So the roads, the sidewalk, all of that up to the traffic circle sometime in the spring. So on schedule, on track. Just please be a little patient with us as we have to restrict some of the access to Great Island so those professionals can do this important work.
But again, access to Great Island is still only for pedestrians.
That's correct. And this is the first step in getting us to the point where we can have vehicular access. And once that road is in place, we're also going to be in parallel planning to put in the parking on Great Island. And once that's in, then folks will actually be able to drive onto the island. We will have parking as well as handicap accessible parking. And that's part of our commitment to make sure that Great Island is a place that can be enjoyed by everyone. So have patience. We're working on it, and you'll see these results come together soon.
More questions to come on the next edition of Ask the First Selectman.